Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Very good morning. Welcome to Chartbusters. Well, this is a show where we'll highlight all the buzzing stocks of the day. Some consolidation is what we're seeing on the Nifty in today's trading session after the super run that we've seen in the last few trading sessions. Hey, Mangalam, morning.
Hi, Nigel. You said it, some consolidation after the superb run and some profit taking in a couple of these mid-caps as well. So nothing really to worry about. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at all the top stories that we're tracking at this point in time and then take individual stocks as they come. But first up, Jio holds stock positions in adding the most number of subscribers in June. Idea adds second highest subscribers at around 63 lakh, while Bharti Airtel's addition is the lowest at 10,689.
And ITC trades in the green after 72 lakh shares change hands on the NSE at 313 rupees per share.
Adani Enterprises, that one trades higher. The stock, remember, comes out of F&O Pan today.
And Jet Airways woes continue. The company sees the slowest passenger traffic growth of around 0.5% in July on a year-on-year basis. The airline has also lost market share since the start of the year.
Vadilal Industries, that one falls in trade. The stock is down over 20% in the last two sessions after influential investor Ashish Kacholia offloads about 3.62 lakh shares in yesterday's bulk deal.
Okay, keep your eye on a couple of stocks. Reliance Industries should come up for you on the screen. Just last week, we are on CNBC TV 18 were highlighting that it's set to become the boss of the index. I think we pull up a contribution chart. Let's see. HDFC Bank and Reliance Industries, both of them really, they were moving neck to neck. So we'll get that chart as well. What is the weightage on the index at this point of time? HDFC Bank actually is still holding with a gain of around 0.5%. So they'll pretty much be neck to neck. We'll try to get the weightage on the index. That's going to be important. This is the contribution chart for today's trading session. But not just that, even Kajaria Ceramics, that stock is moving higher and it's up close to around 7% as we speak. Remember, India Cements, we had positive commentary coming in from the management earlier today. That stock as well is up close to around 3.5%. So things looking good on some of these select stocks in the last hour or so. But how do you trade the Nifty from here? We're sitting with some mild gains. Ashwini Gujral joins in. Hi, Ashwini. Good morning. What's the trade on the Nifty?
See, you're getting a mild kind of dip on the bank Nifty as well as on the Nifty. I think this is a good time to get long on particularly the bank Nifty because that's where you're getting a bit of a decline. But overall, I think the market is holding up fairly well and Reliance has just started to move higher. So my sense is that by afternoon again, we should see somewhat of a rally sustain and come back. So that way, individual stocks, I think NIT Tech is a buy with a stop of 1330, target of 1375. Ultratech is a buy with a stop of 4340, target of 4460. And Century Textile is a buy with a stop of 940, target of 975.
Right, Ashwini, I'll take the point that Nigel was making forward and ask you about Kajaria Ceramics. That stock is the topmost F&O gainer, down about 40% from the start of this year. Fundamentally, analysts say that there is value in that stock, 23, 24 times 2-year forward earnings. But technically, what do you think today's move makes for or means for Kajaria Ceramics?
See, it's had a big bear market. There's no other way to describe this sort of down move. Now, chances are we could get back towards 520 to 540 where there's a lot of action and congestion zone developed. The 200-day moving average is 580. So it can technically get back towards 560, 580. So that way it is a buy. It's not showing any further action on the downside. And whenever that happens, that's happened with Tata Motors, that's also happening with Kajaria Ceramics.
Now, it's talking about Tata Motors, actually, Ashwini, I think we should pull up the intraday chart of Tata Motors. Yep. It was buzzing in yesterday's trading session. I was just going through the NSE, the release on the website. And in fact, it's stating that the promoters, that's Tata Sons, have bought nearly around 2.5 crore shares. It'll be interesting to see what's the time frame that they have, bought these shares. Because if you look at it, this release has come in at around 9 p.m. late last night. The stock, though, it was lower in today's trading session, and now it's moved to the high point of the day because 2.5 crore shares will be nearly around 1% in terms of the total shareholding on this stock. So safe to say that in fact the promoters, it looks like they have bought from some of the shares from the open market. What's the call on Tata Motors? The numbers were horrid. The stock had moved around 250, but from there it's given you a 10% returns. Is it good for more?
Well, promoters often like to scare the shorts. They can easily engineer a rally till about 340, 345, 200-day moving average.
Okay.
So that way, possibly again, like Kajaria, you could have a pullback rally. But overall, I don't think the bear market is over till, you start seeing good numbers.
Okay.
So my sense is that you could have a 20% rally from here.
All right, 20% rally from here. And finally, before we let you go, Ashwini, keeping you for an extended time today, Apollo Tyres, what would you say? Because the stock opened in the red. Yesterday was weak. The company notified the exchanges about the production loss in Kerala, as well as they said it is not very significant. From the lows, the stock has seen some buying, currently closer to the higher end of today's trading range. Apollo Tyres and the tyre space as a whole?
See, these sort of events lead to opportunities. Everything that is Kerala related is higher today, including Federal Bank. So again, tires seems to be the other area where there is an impact. So today is a good day to get long on tires, and these things are temporary and they tend to work out. It's a prosperous state, etc. So they'll come back in double quick time.
Ooh. Okay, all right. Thanks so much for that. Ashwini, well, some news that's flashing for you on the screen. MEP is saying that, the Maharashtra government has asked them to exclude light motor vehicles from collecting toll at their Airoli toll plaza for 1 month. Stock is, it's halved actually from the recent peak, and the stock has now moved to the low point of the day as well.
We should, I think, try and get in the management
we should try and get
of MEP Infra as well. How much does that account for in their total traffic growth? What were they expecting going forward? And because of this,
and what's the reason? Why is this? Because if it's put on one toll plaza, can it be put on other toll plazas? Right. There must be some reasoning behind this. And what is the financial impact as well? For now, the stock has moved lower, but what kind of a financial impact? That'll be quite interesting, Mangalam. And ahead of election here, I'm very, very worried about all these toll plazas, these, these cinema halls.
Promise, the stock of the moment right now is MEP Infra. The Maharashtra government has asked the company to exempt light motor vehicles from the Airoli toll Naka for the next 1 month. The reason for that and the rationale and the financial impact of this, well, we have Mr. Jayant Maheskar, the CMD of the company, to explain all of that. Thanks a lot, Mr. Maheskar, for joining in. The Maharashtra government has asked, light motor vehicles to be exempted from toll on the Airoli Naka for the next 1 month. The reason for that would be what? And what kind of traffic growth do you see at this place?
Good morning. The prime reason behind giving exemption for light, I would say, motor vehicles for a period starting from 21st of August to 23rd of September has been, there was a meeting which was conducted yesterday in, I would say, the Mantralaya between Honorable Minister for PWD, Honorable Minister for MSRDC. Company officials were also present. The primary reason of this meeting was to find out a quick resolution for the traffic congestion which is happening at Mulund and Airoli toll plaza on account of the closure of the Mumra bypass, which is the feeder route for traffic which is coming from Pune, JNPT going towards Nashik and Gujarat.
Okay.
This particular Mumra bypass has been closed for traffic for the
Right, Mr. Maheskar, so you're saying basically there's traffic and congestion. That's why, in fact, they have asked you not to collect toll.
Not the toll, the actual highway. The resultant of which is basically huge amount of traffic which is getting diverted coming from JNPT going towards Gujarat and Nashik was using Mulund and Airoli, which was resulting in heavy, I would say, queuing up of the vehicles predominantly on two accounts.
Okay.
As far as toll is concerned, we can completely assure that toll was not the primary reason. The primary reason, particularly for the Mulund, has been the Kopri bridge, which is post the toll plaza, which is a 4-lane bridge, which is government of Maharashtra and I think government of India are in the stage of widening it, which is actually resulting in a heavy queuing. So in order to give some relief to the commuters, post discussion with the company, the Via Media found out was to, I would say, suspend the toll at this two toll plazas for this particular period.
Absolutely. Mr. Maiskar, sir, we are running out of time, sir. You know, we just want to understand the broad details. You have told us why exactly both you and the Maharashtra government, you all have had a discussion. You have said, okay, we'll not collect this for the next 1 month. Give us some numbers, sir. What is the normal traffic you see on this particular, you know, at this particular tollway? And also out of that, how much of it is LMVs? Because you have said that for LMVs, you'll not be collecting this toll, right? So in terms of a financial impact, some approximate numbers, if you could help us out.
Sure. As far as the LMVs are concerned, I believe the total volume and value-wise terms would be close to around 70% of the volume and around 60% of the revenue. So we can easily identify a revenue claim the company would be making to the tune of around, I would say, 7 to 10 crores for this particular period, which the company would be compensated as a part of the understanding with the government, which was during the meeting held yesterday.
All right. So I think that explains most of it, Mr. Maiskar. So 7 to 10 crore is the revenue impact of this on your business, for which you will be compensated by the government, right? Is that correct?
That's correct.
And yes. This is just for 1 month. What if it has to be extended? And are there any other tolls which have this problem as well? And can we see something like this happen in and around the areas that you function to?
As far as extension of this particular suspension is concerned, we have no reason to believe that this would be extended, because this is primarily on account of the Mumra bypass closure, which is resulting in...
Oh, all right. Okay, we'll just try to reconnect. You know, I'll be interested to know how exactly they're going to be collecting this toll as well. He's saying 7 to 10 crores is what the loss is going to be. How will they be claiming for it, and how fast?
The government, they said they had.
And how fast will they get it as well? You know, that's going to be quite important, because if this is extended, then we'll have to get a sense of those numbers as well. So I think we'll just try to reconnect with Mr. Maiskar. But otherwise, you know, the stock is recovered from the low point of the day, because the management is clarifying that in fact the loss is only around 7 to 10 crores, and it's not a loss really. They'll be applying to the government and they'll be asking them to reimburse them as well.
But 7 to 10 crores, I'm not too sure what...
Yeah, it won't be that big a number. And as he said, it's specific only to this particular toll plaza. But I think we have Mr. Maiskar. I think he's back with us. Mr. Maiskar, sir, we had you on a bit of a scratchy line and it's a bit of a technical glitch. So, but we have you back with us. So just if you could tell us, sir, 7 to 10 crores on a monthly basis is the amount. And you said you're going to be asking for a reimbursement from the Maharashtra government, right? How fast would this money come back to you?
I don't think there is some congestion on that route as well. So we will try to take that offline and perhaps get
we'll try to get the numbers.
And we will get a flash on the channel too. But in the meanwhile, just keep an eye out on individual stocks. V-Guard Industries, you know, yesterday their stock was lower on account of the impact of Kerala. And right now we're seeing some purchase out there. V-Guard Industries has moved to the high point of the day from the F&O space. So individual
and infra. Let's pull up the intraday chart of the stock actually. The stock is more or less flattish today. But if you just pull up the last 10 days chart, you'll see that the stock has been buzzing around. A couple of trading sessions ago, I remember that the stock was holding higher with some gains. My director is going to be pulling up the last 7 days chart at some point of time. So the stock was already buzzing actually ahead of this news. That's the way we're seeing the stock not really react to this news. But actually, it's a fairly big positive, because the Public Works Department is set to pay the company a sum of around 337 crore rupees plus interest. This is with regard to the Manaj Tollway Arbitration Award. To discuss this and more and understand what's the impact, we have Mr. Ashok Mehta, the CFO of the company, who joins in. Hi, Mr. Mehta. Thanks so much, sir, for joining in. Well, you're saying you're going to be getting, amount of around 338 crores in terms of this arbitration award. By when do you get this money? And you'll have also mentioned 15%. So the 15% is over and above this 338 crores, or is it included in it? Go ahead, sir.
When the award is given, the payment is supposed to be given immediately.
Right.
So interest will be paid from that date till the date of payment. So now they have the time to make the payment, and whichever day they will make the payment, they will pay interest from the award date till the date of payment at the rate of 15%.
Mr. Mehta, when are you likely to receive this money? 338 crores, and the interest amount is upwards of around 150 odd crores. So you will be getting in excess of 500 crores overall, and by when?
No. I think the 337 crore is the award amount.
Okay.
And the date of award is the date when the payment is to be made. Now, if they make payment after 10 days, I'll get interest for 10 days.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. Mehta, so that point is clear. The 15% that you're referring to is just for a short duration of time. You know,
Correct,
just looking at the disclosure, we were wondering whether it was from the time, you know, from 2012 onwards till now. So that's not the case. 338 crores we're working with. Give us a sense, sir, how fast can you receive this money? And also, I want to ask you, what's your debt in your books?
See, the debt for this project is 77 crore. Rest is all our money what we have put in. So out of these 337 plus interest, whatever we receive, 77 crore will go towards repayment of the bank loan.
Okay. What's the total debt on your books? This is just for this project that you said,
At holdco level, we are a zero debt company and having liquidity of 140 crore.
Okay.
At PV level, project specific, we have the debt of around 300 crore plus this 77 crore.
So,
77 crore will be paid from this award.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So, you know, Mr. Mehta, if I just work out those numbers, 338 crores, and if I deduct this 77 crores, roughly left with around 250, 260 crores approximately. How do you use this money? Will it be used for your other projects, for your working capital? And you have not yet told us, Mr. Mehta, how soon can you receive this money? Do you expect it in the next 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months? Give us a timeline, right?
The timeline at this stage is difficult to give, but we would estimate within 90 days we should be getting this payment. This is what we would expect, yes.
Okay, within 90 days. And how do you use the remaining money? 77 crores goes
money
towards...
definitely will be easy. We have a lot of projects also coming up. And as I said, at holdco level, we are a zero debt company. And there are some few projects which are in pipeline. So this will help us, you know, reduce our interest cost and also take few more projects, which, you know, we are considering.
All right.
So this will help us for our future growth.
Mr. Mehta, this is one of the many arbitration awards. Do you have any more, and what would the value of that be?
Sorry, I didn't get it. We don't have any other pending this thing.
So you don't have any other pending arbitration awards as well. So you said, you said you will be deploying this money into other projects. What is your order book right now? What has the order inflow been so far? And,
order book,
Go ahead.
Order book as of now is 500 crores.
Okay.
And there are new projects which, you know, real estate we are launching in next quarter, that big project which we have been mentioning. So we are launching that project in Q2, which is at Dahisar. And that MADA NOC also has now come for one of our other projects. So that also will be launching in Q2.
What would the value of these two orders, these two projects be?
The Dahisar project, the first phase sellable area will be almost 1.2 million square feet. And the other MADA project, the sellable area will be about 200,000 square feet. So that will be launching in next quarter.
Give us values, sir. Values for the Dahisar project, 1.2 million square feet. What is the estimated value according to you? And also the 200,000 that you're talking about, the MADA project?
The value will be almost 1,000 plus crore for Dahisar project for phase 1.
Okay.
Yeah. And this project will be almost 250 to 60 crore.
260 crores. Okay. You told us your total order book is around 500 crores, correct?
Yeah.
Could you break it up for us? How much of that, how much of ports is included in that 500 crores and how much of it is residential?
The port is about 16% and residential is 38%. We have split this into government residential also, which is 46% because we have got one order of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana.
Okay.
So that breakdown is like, that is 46%.
All right. What was the impact of the Ind AS 115 on your quarterly results? What kind of revenues and profits have you not recognized?
No, see, in this 115, we didn't have major impact that we have mentioned in our result as well, because our projects are like completed over a period of time. We have not taken that on completion. So there is no impact, no major impact in our revenue and profit.
You said you are expecting 1,000 crore of revenue from 1.2 million square feet. What are the realizations that you are factoring in terms of your project?
That is the average realization I am saying, that this project, because it is 1.2 million square feet, so that is what we will be realizing. That's the top line.
All right. We'll take that point. Thanks a lot, Mr. Mehta, for joining in. The key point is that he expects that money of around 338 crores to come by in the next 90 days. That is the usual norm. Let's see whether the money actually does come by or not. Add to that, that 15% interest is from the date of accepting the award,
there is a number
not from 2012. So that is something that the street has perhaps got some clarity on. With that, we'll wrap up on Chartbusters. But as we wrap up on the show, we leave you with a word coming in from Arvind Sanga.
notwithstanding modest weakening in the rupee and the political uncertainty before an election year, the economic fundamentals from a bottom-up standpoint are very solid. The mid-caps are also riding the wave of good economic fundamentals. So, again, the global risks notwithstanding, and I think the global risks, we have lived through some of the fears. Global trade war, that fear seems to be somewhat receding. It doesn't look like that's about to break out in a big way. And Fed rate hikes, I think the market's gotten used to the fact that the US Fed is on a steady rate improvement cycle, but is not looking to do anything dramatic that'll cause liquidity to dry up. If you look at the headwinds for the market, then the political uncertainty leading up to the elections, which for the Lok Sabha, which I guess could be held anytime between later this year and May of next year, and then global cues on trade war and other things that could upset the apple cart. So those are things. But India specific, I think the two things to worry about are the elections and the rupee and the current economy.